Say good morning, my relatives. On a beautiful day, a sunrise of a new day, the dawning of a new day, I got up to share messages, to share a divine message from Archangel Micheal writings. And so much is happening on the planet, so much is moving, so much is transforming. And if you know where to look, you can hear the messages, you can get the messages. It's so beyond personal. It's so reflective of the cosmic transformations of a new age, Aquarian age, awakening, transformative. So many things are happening multidimensionally, but it's all sort of collapsing in a quantum oneness, and wherever you focus is what you're going to experience. And so I try to do a lot of meditation. I try to do a lot of quiet, deep introspection when I'm not full out working and driving and whatnot. And even those times, it's very important to learn to watch your breathing, slowly observing, witnessing everything going on around you as you're doing it. You know what you're doing, but you're being really alert. You're being very present. And so it's a Saturday. First airplane is pulled out of the airport nearby. Can hear it. The sun is rising. I was up with the first light. Morning acknowledged the morning star, Venus, as its love is descending on us as all the different constellations. I was walking a little bit last night and I looked up. It's really cold here, so that's why I'm not out in nature. But because of that, the stars were so clear and I could see Pleiades, Vega, Orion, and acknowledge them, ask for their wisdom to bless us all through these times. And so, yeah, it's not letting that mind get to you, not letting that outer worldly, it's chaos. There's a chaoticness. 2025 is super transformative, and there's a chaoticness that comes with that. It doesn't have to be in our life. It doesn't have to be in your world. But it's in the world because people are being shaken to their core. People are being awakened, shaken off that fence, which way you're going to fall and whom you're going to serve. And do you want to know yourself? Do you want to master yourself? Do you want to survive this change into a new era? Do you want to stay centered and grounded in your own being and happily transforming with the great transformation and all the goodness that comes with it? Turn off my heater. And so, questions. So I'm going to go into these writings because they answer a lot. These profound writings. I wrote all this down. This is Archangel Micheal, a recap of the best from Awakening You channel on YouTube. And the messenger, the channeler, is named Rana Herman Vasquez. She is like a 80-some-year-old, looks like a little old grandmother, but for 20 years she's been bringing through, especially since 2012. Archangel Micheal says that's his messenger. Now there's a lot of messengers, but this lady just brings it. And it's so incredible. And you can find endless messages of his through Awakening Channel, Awakening You Channel. Beloved Masters, it is vitally important that you understand the different phases you are in the midst of, and also some of what you will most likely experience in the future as you traverse these most critical times of evolutionary transformation. It is time for you to take inventory of your spiritual agenda as you evolve beyond the practices of a beginner and entering the awakening process and accept your role as a full-fledged disciple on the path. Many divine dispensations are being granted, and you, the aspiring bearers of light, have more assistance available to you than ever before. And in the past, we have explained it's time to combine the emotional nature of the spirit with your emotional body and your mental body, and must expand in consciousness as you strive to reunite, balance, and harmonize your physical, emotional, and mental bodies with the integration of your many oversoul selves, which he brings through a lot of new stuff. I didn't know. I could imagine we had many oversoul selves, but I've never heard it before. We will review some of the wisdom teachings of the past, and in future monthly messages, we will share some of the advanced teachings we have given our beloved messenger. The light frequencies of knowledge become the light wisdom. Knowledge equals wisdom. Personality wisdom equals soul wisdom equals intuition equals heart light. Something like that. Pure light substance contains cosmic intelligence, which is refracted into the multiple rays of creator consciousness. All creation is a supreme creator allowing itself to be expressed in unlimited variations of form. Each one of you is one of those variations. You must learn to focus your inner world, or the sanctuary of the soul. The physical vessel, and particularly the mind, have their own rhythmic cycles and agendas. The soul's desire is focused on becoming enlightened. The mind on attaining and retaining information. The physical body is focused on experiencing via the senses. Humanity is constantly experiencing cycles of growth, stagnation, and decay, which makes way for a new cycle of growth and expansion. The master turns inward and strives for master quality of life, while the unevolved soul seeks outwardly for gratification via pleasurable physical sensation and material possessions. Love is an external focus. Exterior to you will always bring a sense of vulnerability, always needing constant validation by someone or something. Love is an internal focus, projected outward as a constant flow of self-assurance, self-acceptance, and always striving to incorporate and project more of the blissful feelings of unity and harmony with all creation. It is time for you and the other light workers to understand where you fit into this great cosmic event of expansion and evolution. Now is the time you have been preparing for in this and many past lifetimes. You, the faithful ones who are striving to attain self-mastery so you may become world servers of the light, are needed now more than ever. It is now time to declare, I will strive to become a bowl bearer of light, so I may magnetize to me and radiate from me the maximum amount of creator light into the world and to all of humanity. New pathways in the brain are open as you begin to unlock the light packets of wisdom stored within the higher dimensional expressions of your sacred mind. The old pathways and memories of your third and fourth dimensions begin to fade, and you will find it becomes more and more difficult to remember the failures and sufferings of your past lives. Have we not told you you are healing the past as you spiral into the future? You will remember who you are and your history, but only the positive, harmonious events. The moment of awakening is when the Kundalini fires and ignites in the root chakra and moves up the spine through the chakra system, opening the 7 seals of higher consciousness. The medulla oblongata, or the ascension chakra, which is sometimes called the mouth of God, is activated, and the pineal gland starts to pulse and function as it was originally designed to do. In turn, it opens the crown chakra, or the lotus of enlightenment, at the top of the head, thereby connecting the shining column of light, which ultimately leads you to your God self, or I am presence. Once you make this connection, you are forever changed. The empowerment of spirit begins to flow through you as you begin to reclaim your mastery of self along with the God gifts of your divine heritage. The law of the circle ensures the divine patterns you set forth will be returned to you, always with an accumulated measure of similarly qualified energy or vibrations of the same frequency patterns. You are the center of an energy vortex that is made up of elongated circles or loops of vibrational patterns. Makes me think of the flower of life that you have projected outward into the world via your solar power center. Your solar plexus is aptly named, for just as the earth receives cosmic energy from the sun of your solar system, each of you radiates energy from your own power center. For a moment, envision yourself as the central focus of your world. Yeah, that's my roosters in the area. They run around these neighborhoods because they used to be here long ago, and they're not allowed to. And no one's allowed to bother them, or you get big fines. Well, because I feed my stray cats, I have to feed the chickens and roosters. Otherwise, they eat all the cat food. They chase off the cats. So it's quite a deal here at the farm, at the urban farm here. My neighborhood. Okay. For a moment, envision yourself as the central focus of your world. You are the power source, and your thoughts, actions, and intentions radiate forth from you in a loop energy that connects with like energy. That energy magnifies and manifests in the world of cause and effect, then returns to you reinforcing your sense of reality. Your body absorbs a portion of that energy, creating pain and suffering or joy and blessings, depending on the frequencies. The remainder flows out behind you, creating the other loop of your infinity pattern, while the residual gradual energy flows into your auric field and your personal wheel of creation. You are constantly adding to your reality on Earth, creating a prism with an M, of negative energy or your vehicle of light. Remember You come to Earth as co-creators with the God Force. Why not take advantage of this grand opportunity to become a self-master and masterful co-creator so you may become an active participant in the wondrous rejuvenation of Earth and humanity? A new sub-root race is being developed, and you, the starseed, are lighting the way. Experiment in order to traverse the middle path comfortably, efficiently. As new concepts are presented to you, you must experiment to see if the concept is uplifting, empowering, and beneficial before you accept it as your truth. How does a new idea fit in with the framework of your present reality? Is it empowering? Can you embrace the concept totally without reservations? You are helping to establish a new code of ethics, a new higher standard of morality for humanity. You, the starseed, has agreed to be the examples. As the consciousness humanity awakens all over the world, it is important that you experiment with your new developed skills until they become a part of the transformed, empowered you. You are stretching and straining to incorporate, use, and radiate the maximum amount of creator light. Your influence will grow exponentially as the vibrational frequencies of your soul song are refined and magnified. Experiment. You must experience the physical, mental, emotional, and etheric aspects of any new information as well as any new skills or talents, for you are deep in the mix of becoming a unified human being. Your four lower bodily systems have been at odds with each other for thousands of years, which has been the eternal source of all pain and suffering. In order to progress on the upward path of ascension, there must first be a reunification amongst the many facets of the physical self. This is the first step in the reintegration of the multiple aspects of your higher self, and eventually with many other groups of souls you have traveled with throughout this sub-universal experience. I told you it's deep. You know, he's a cosmic teacher, and he makes us stretch. He explains things in ways that you got to, use your spirit body, your super attentive higher consciousness to absorb it. But that's good. We need that. There's a lot of dumb stuff in this world. We need the higher, beautiful stuff to stretch us and expand us. Every time you attain a new level of wisdom and radiance, your auric field automatically expands, and your benevolent influence grows stronger. It is of vital importance that you review your recent past on a regular basis. Have your everyday experiences been more harmonious over the past year? Have there been less conflicts and misunderstandings with others? Are you experiencing more favorable experiences as you go about your daily duties and activities? Are the people you interact with more gracious, loving, and giving than those of the past? Are they less judgmental, with positive, uplifting attitudes? We have told you before, you can easily see if you have made progress in uplifting your vibrational frequencies by the people and situations you draw to yourself in your everyday life. Self-expression. You, the starseed, are building a bridge between the world of material reality and the world of spirit. You are to cultivate your unique way of self-expression while striving to develop your unity consciousness. Your goal is to become a planetary server in harmony with the swiftly growing group of world servers. Your desire to serve must be genuine and sincere, and you must strive to fulfill your destined mission as it is revealed to you. You are to seek to fulfill your personal goals. However, first and foremost must come your dedication to that which will be for the greatest benefit of all. Discernment and discretion are paramount as you gain greater skills and become more proficient in the manifestation of worldly things. Lofty ideals, focused intent, mental clarity, and heart-centered devotion are the desired attributes of an initiate seeking self-mastery. In the beginning of your journey into wholeness or holiness, affirmations assist you in your efforts to balance and harmonize the patterns of the four lower bodily systems: physical, mental, emotional, and etheric, which is spiritual. Affirmations will assist you in reprogramming your subconscious and conscious minds and will help you establish a new set of guidelines to live by. First, you must strive to become a heart-centered and soul-focused. You must return to a range of accepted vibrational patterns of polarity and duality so you can access the higher fourth and lower fifth dimensional environments. It is important for you to understand you are developing your individual sunlight, which is a reflection of your own God essence. The human intellectual thought process must evolve beyond the limitations of language. There is a vast wealth of information waiting you via inspiration. You must develop your intuitive abilities in order to receive the wisdom of the cosmic council of light. It will not come from outside you. It will well up from within your sacred mind and sacred heart. You must reach up and grasp it, for it will not come down into the effluvia of the earth plane and seek you out. Mature spirituality is not an unconscious experience. You must develop a self-sustaining divinity, whereby you are constantly breathing the rich pranic breath of life, or adamantine particles of light of the Creator's essence, so that you may receive a spiritual sustenance from the river of life via the 8th chakra, your soul star, and through the back portal of your sacred heart. And I'll explain that a little bit. The pranic breath of life coming, the spirit, the energy of the infinite energy of life coming, from the sun, and his name for it is adamantine particles of light, wherever that comes from originally. And so that you may receive spiritual sustenance from the river of life via the 8th chakra, your soul star, which is a chakra. You have your crown chakra, and then the soul star chakra is like 12 inches above the head. And that's called the 8th chakra, or the soul star. And through the back portal of your sacred heart. Why the back? I don't know. The empowering breath of infinity opens the pathways of multidimensional levels of creator consciousness, which is a breath. I'll teach you this infinity breath. You must share it with you. You must broaden your inner perspective as you gradually change your way or mode of thinking and proceeding. The spirit of the Creator cannot be isolated. Spirit permeates everything in existence to one degree or another. Brave hearts, you must practice and perfect these techniques which will initiate and increase the flow of prana and adamantine particles of Creator light. Create and use your pyramids of light and power in the 5th dimension. These are some of the teachings that he's done that comes through his books. So these messages are like for people that know this stuff, but I think it's important to bring it through in the vibration of it, even if it doesn't completely make sense. Using your pyramids of light, that's another meditation I did read about this many years ago. I haven't done it for a long time, but practice and use often the infinity breath, thereby opening the ascension chakra in the back portal of the heart. And this one I can share with you. Perform the binary sequencing exercises at least once. It is vitally important that you establish the basic pattern of your personal wheel of creation if you are to become a proficient co-creator on the material plane of consciousness. Asterisk. Explained and revealed, Cosmic Truths, Book 5 of A.A. Michael's Messages. It's almost like a whole path, you know. He's brought through, like the Ascended Masters have their own path and teachings and ways. Metatron and spinning the Merkaba has its own way. You know, the native path has its own tools and techniques. So these are all things that might come to you that at any given time can you be called on to use. These are the tools in our tool belt over time that we gain to use. Along with starting with our intuition and our prayer and our good habits and our spiritual connection to our God source in our heart, sacred heart, sacred mind. So it's just another dimensional aspect tool that has come to me over time. Finally, when you are centered within your sacred heart, you will transcend all major discord. And he's saying using these tools like the affinity breath, which I'll show you. When you are living your truth, you will be self-confident and you will always strive to speak constructively. As you clear the distortions within the column of light that connects you to the higher realms, telethought communication will become the norm, which is like telepathy with the higher realms, I believe, and with higher vibrational people. As an initiate on the path, you must endeavor to focus on the positive events in your everyday life. There will always be some difficult aspects that arise as you strive for a harmonious state of being. Your goal is to maintain a state of divine indifference as you seek a higher frequency resolution in every challenge and situation. In other words, you are not to get caught up in the maelstrom of negativity which always radiates from a person or an occurrence powered by lower frequency vibrations. Running around this earth, right? Around that television, around that news. Non-attachment means that you do not allow the negative energy cords to pierce your spiritual armor and contaminate your auric field. By not getting involved with it, by not reacting, by not freaking out, by not, regurgitating out your mouth all these things you see in the news and whatnot. Lift your hearts and consciousness, beloveds, and know that the future is filled with promise. Through our joint endeavors, we will overcome all adversity. See the love and light of Lady Faith's and I's essence surrounding you. Know that you are never alone. I am Archangel Micheal. And Lady Faith is his twin flame, is his female version of him, as I understand it. So I did want to share some things for these writings. They're very important to me. I've been listening to them. I do Archangel Micheal cord cutting ceremony every day for 2 or 3 years now. Another thing I do every day. You can find it in my videos down below, quite a ways back. Archangel Micheal, Pillar of Light or something. It's like a cord cutting healing ceremony to do every day. So I'm going to do a quick video after this sharing the infinity breath which is quite powerful and transformative. And I think you'll like it, and it's very helpful, and it anchors in the aspects, the balances, the higher and lower, and the four: mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and connects you to the higher planes. So, many blessings on this morning at the sunrise. May you learn to pray with that sun and that pre-dawn and that morning star, those stars up there that are shining down and radiating divine energy. And as that sun comes, it represents that newness. That first light represents that newness of new beginnings, of the new time, of the new era, echelon, divine reality for each and all of us together. Aho and amen.